They stormed her land at night. 10 men with guns, laughing as they kicked down her fences, stealing her animals like it was a game. But what they didn't know was that the quiet black woman in the farmhouse wasn't just a farmer. Behind her gentle eyes and worn hands lay the instincts of a soldier. And tonight, for the first time in years, those instincts were about to wake up. Her name was Sarah Coleman. To her neighbors, she was simply Miss Sarah, the kind woman who grew vegetables for the whole town and shared eggs with the poor. Widowed young, she lived alone on the land her grandfather once worked as a sharecropper. Life was simple. Early mornings, long days in the fields, evenings by the fire. But the town had changed. A ruthless gang had been terrorizing farmers, burning barns, taking livestock, and leaving families broken. Sarah stayed quiet, hoping her little farm would be overlooked. But in her silence, she carried a secret. Once, years ago, she had been a soldier. Not just a soldier, a sniper in the special forces. She had buried that life, swearing never to touch a rifle again. Until that night, when the gang came for her home. Sarah awoke to the sound of boots crunching gravel. Flashlights cut through the dark, voices dripping with arrogance. She peeked through the curtains. 10 men, armed, dragging her goats into trucks, laughing as they smashed her chicken coop. Her chest tightened. Fear tried to paralyze her, but something deeper stirred. Memories. Cold nights in foreign deserts. Missions where hesitation meant death. She opened the closet and pulled out a wooden case she hadn't touched in years. Her fingers trembled as she unlatched it. Inside lay her rifle. Polished, deadly, familiar. She whispered a prayer, not for herself, but for the boys outside. They thought they were preying on a helpless widow, but the truth was, they had just stepped into the hunting ground of a legend. The gang didn't know what hit them. One light shattered, then another. Panic spread. From the shadows, a single shot dropped their leader's gun clean out of his hands. They fired wildly into the night, screaming at ghosts. But this wasn't random luck. Every shot was precise, every movement deliberate. Because Sarah Coleman, Miss Sarah to the town, was none other than the Widowmaker, a sniper whose name had once echoed across battlefields overseas. She had disappeared years ago. Everyone thought she was gone. But legends don't fade. They wait until they're needed again. By dawn, the gang was gone. Some limping, some crawling, all broken in spirit. Not one dared look back. Sarah stood at the edge of her porch, rifle lowered, the sun rising behind her. Her animals were safe. Her land was safe. And the whispers of her past had finally found peace. When word spread, the town couldn't believe it. The woman they pitied, the widow they thought was fragile, had done what no sheriff dared attempt. Sarah never boasted, never explained. She simply went back to her fields, tending the soil like nothing had happened. But the gang never returned. And in hushed tones, people began to say, "Don't mess with Miss Sarah. She's more than a farmer. She's a legend." Sometimes, the strongest warriors are the ones who look the gentlest.